time it is. Marvin Devine, Huber, Axel, and you know how we do. Yeah, I got the juice. Whip game cool, make them look like cool. Always play it cool, that's the biggest rule. Fuck it, what they doing, keep on doing. I've been making loot since like 22. Ask me how I made it right here in the booth. I'm always pursued cause of what I pursue. That's greatness, yeah, I gotta make it, I got things to lose. Boy, wanna get in my crew, but you can't get in my crew. Me, XL, and Huber, way too fireable. When this joint drop, better call the troops. And when you hear the drop, better raise the roof. Better raise the roof. You already know what happens when we link up. Let's go. Yeah.
Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you're watching from, and welcome to another episode of Kidney Hub East Africa. I am half your host, Steve, the Kidney Nurse. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone had a good week, and I hope that the following week you will have a good week as well. Now, today, our topic is a very important topic that can not only benefit brothers and sisters in East Africa, but could benefit many people across the world who are at risk for chronic kidney disease. And the two leading causes are diabetes and hypertension. Now, that's not to say that there's no other comorbidities for this disease, because you got lupus, polycystic kidney disease, sickle cell, you got medication overdose, antibiotic reaction, medication reactions, genetic factors. But the two leading causes is what we're talking about that go a lot of times undiagnosed and unrecognized until it's too late. So here to help talk about this crucial topic is my colleague all the way from Kisumu, Kenya, Brother Moses Kennedy, also known as the Kidney Ambassador. Let's give him the co-host welcome. Brother Moses, welcome.
Thank you so much, Brother Steve. I'm so grateful for we having been here at this hour. Um, I'm glad our watchers, those who are watching this program, thank you and continue supporting us. We are great.
Yeah, we had it was 2 people watching. Now is 0 watching, at least on, well, one person just came on. But Brother Moses, this, ever since we started this show, Kidney Hub East Africa, even before me collaborating with you and doing this, there's always been a low turnout when it comes to kidney disease information. And do you experience, as an advocate, kidney disease advocate and patient in Kenya, do you experience the same?
Absolutely. Actually, Brother Steve, it is a big challenge here because away from the setbacks that everyone has, maybe others in access to internet, or maybe at this particular hour or the other hour, they are not able to access internet, and so many problems that I know. Well, in US, you also have your share of problems uh, that defines that environment. It is here the same that we have different problems that defines the same problems that contribute to low turnout. Now, then number two, there is this great thing that is now the fad. It is the norm of the day. People no longer want to consume information and knowledge, but rather will consume a lot of comedy and such like stuff and explicit adverts, and that is what people enjoy. Therefore, as much as we do this, we should not get tired of doing it, but then hoping that we impact one life. Yeah.
Yeah. Brother Moses, I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes I do get frustrated because of the lack of turnout when it comes to this information, because it's not like every day or every week that there's a healthcare worker that works in the industry for such a long period of time trying to, disseminate that information out in the public, especially the people who are about to start dialysis. Because even right now, Brother Moses, as you and I sit here and discussing what we're discussing, and there's no one watching, someone in the world is being diagnosed with kidney failure and starting dialysis right now. This moment. That's on the machine, just started today. And I believe if the mindset is, if it doesn't affect me, why worry? But when it do come knocking on your door, that's when people scramble for answers. And so my hope is that when we come on here and we sacrifice our time, our energy, that someone across this world or across this internet can watch this and it can have an impact on their life. Because this is not easy to do when you know you're fighting an uphill battle when it comes to viewership and people participating in the discussion and topic and even showing up. And they could be dealing with the disease and be missing something. But, I always say to each his own. But other than that, Brother Moses, our topic today, again, which is very important and critical to not just our brothers and sisters in Kenya, but the entire population that may be at risk for kidney disease, kidney failure. Now, who's this for? As we mentioned, this show, Kidney Hub East Africa, this is originally for people living in East Africa. Also, community health workers. We lost Brother Moses. So he may have had a power outage. I don't know, but I want to keep the show going. But as I said, who is this for? Again, this is originally for people in East Africa that's dealing with kidney disease or at risk for kidney disease, community health workers, family members caring for others that are dealing with kidney disease, and anyone who wants to protect their kidneys. This is for you. And I hope wherever you're watching, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, that you can benefit from this. We got Brother Moses back. Hello, Brother Moses. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. It's quite unfortunate.
Yes.
So,
Brother Moses, as I was mentioning before you got dropped, I was saying this show is for people in East Africa, but it could pertain to anyone, East Africa, community health workers, family members caring for loved ones with kidney disease or at risk for kidney disease, and anyone who wants to protect their kidneys. Now, why does this matter? Why does this matter? Why does it matter that myself and Brother Moses is on here practically every Sunday trying to disseminate kidney disease information, even when there's less than 5-10 people watching? Hopefully people could come and look at the rebroadcast of this show. But why does this matter? As I mentioned earlier, you got high rates of hypertension and diabetes. And in Kenya or East Africa, you got hot working conditions causing dehydration, and use of some medicines or herbs can increase risk, because over in East Africa, they're big on herbal supplements. So early detection, as high rates of hypertension and diabetes, the hot working conditions that can lead to dehydration in East Africa, and the use of some supplements and medicines can cause people to be at risk. Again, this is why early detection lets you treat problems before they come severe. Brother Moses, Do you want to uh, speak on that, especially about hot working conditions causing dehydration?
Oh yes, very true, brother Steve. There are two things involved here. Uh, we have arid and semi-arid areas that do not have safe drinking water, and they're basically hot, and the humidity is so high. So you remember that this is a place where it is hot, the humidity is high, and then you are working under no shade. This kind of model of arrangement here in Kenya is called the Juakali model, whereby you get an open space and you start your service, whether you are a mechanic, whether you are doing some repair work, you are a carpenter and such kind of stuff you do. Now, many a times, because there is no lack of, there is no availability of clean and safe drinking water. Sometimes either people end up drinking uh, the wrong the wrong water, or sometimes many people avoid, because now in those areas uh, safe drinking water goes at a cost. Back to you, brother Steve.
Wow, that's really unfortunate. Um, that safe drinking water, like you said, goes at a cost. Mm. And I'm sure it won't be too long. It's like that here in the United States. Just a matter of time. So let's look at a quick summary, Brother Moses. A quick summary of key warning signs to look for, one or more. There's more, but we're just giving a quick summary because we could be on this show for 2 hours talking about it. But here's a quick summary. And Brother Moses, after I finish, tell me if you experienced any of this, or you know anyone that came to you and mentioned that they had these warning signs. Here we go. Change in urine. Less urine than usual. Dark urine. Foamy or bubbly urine, or blood in urine. Swelling, also known as edema. Puffiness around the eyes. Swollen feet, ankles, shoes, or rings feeling tight. So when you try to put a ring on your hand, if it's swollen, it may be tight. If you have swelling uh, in your ankles, it may be hard for you to put on your shoes. Um, Ongoing tiredness or weakness. Feeling usually tired. I'm sorry, feeling unusually tired, faint, breathless with simple tasks. Nausea, loss of appetite, vomiting. Food tastes bad. Cannot eat without feeling sick. Persistent or new high blood pressure. Hard to control with usual medicines. Repeated urinary infections or pain when passing urine. Fever with side belly pain may mean a kidney infection. Sudden drop in urine output or confusion. This can be an emergency. Uh, Brother Moses, have you experienced any of those uh,
Oh
key warning
yes,
signs before
oh
you
yes,
actually started on dialysis?
yes. Brother Steve, I've been recollecting events, because now I understand the journey I'm going through. Then back, even before I started any form of treatment, I would experience unusual fatigue. It was kind of you wake up early in the morning, you are so exhausted. You feel like you never had a good sleep, Brother Steve. So this one took me so many years, and I want to urge everyone, or rather encourage everyone, that you must bring this to your attention, because these are signs that might be overlooked, and seriously, they are an indicator of serious uh, problems to come. Brother Steve, I was just exhausted abnormally. That is what I experienced.
Wow.
Uh,
You know anyone else that you've talked with
yes.
during your advocacy that experienced these same symptoms or warning signs?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. I also have experienced three in that list. I'd experienced increased output in urine that went on for uh, like several years, uh, to the extent that whenever I go somewhere, I must first locate where the washrooms are. You know, most of the common setups are shared community washrooms. So it really gave me a lot of stress wherever I was out. And most warriors says that they had swelling legs and ankles, and even swollen stomach, which is also uh, uh, a warrior once told me. So yes, uh, from that list, many has been reported, but most of them are always overlooked.
Wow. So I'm going to go over those key warning signs again, just in case someone came in uh, after I mentioned it on my other social media platform that I'm streaming from. So here are key warning signs to look for, one or more, if you're at risk for kidney disease, kidney failure, meaning in this case, diabetes or hypertension, or any other disease that you may not know. But here are the key warning signs: changing urine, less urine than usual, dark urine, foamy or bubbly urine, or blood in the urine, swelling, also known as edema, puffiness around the eyes, swollen feet or ankles, shoes or rings feeling tight, ongoing tiredness or weakness, feeling unusually tired, faint, or breathless with simple tasks, nausea, loss of appetite, vomiting, food tastes bad, cannot eat without feeling sick, persistent or new high blood pressure, hard to control with usual medicines, repeated urinary tract, urinary infections or pain when passing urine, Fever with side belly pain may mean a kidney infection. A sudden drop in urine output or confusion. This can be an emergency because that means you're having buildup of toxins that's causing the confusion. Now, everyday example people may notice. A farmer. Now I'm referring to East Africa. I mean, you can maybe equate to the United States as well, but this is geared to people in East Africa. Everyday examples people may notice. A farmer who suddenly urinates much less during the day despite drinking water. Can you see that, Brother Moses? A farmer that's drinking water, but urinates much less during the day, that they could miss that this could possibly be a problem when they're used to urinating. Now it's decreased. But some people may not tie the two together. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh
Again, a
yes, it
farmer who
it is true.
suddenly, let me just repeat this. A farmer who suddenly urinates much less during the day despite drinking water.
Hmm. Absolutely, that is an indication because if he doesn't, I mean, if the urine vis-a-vis the amount of liquid taken is not at proportional, then it means there is something wrong, which is what we are definitely discussing right
Mhm.
now, brother.
Also, here's another everyday example people may notice. Because y'all have a lot of vendors over there in East Africa, right? Like market vendors.
Very true.
So here's another example. A
Yes,
market vendor whose shoes feel tighter by afternoon.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Now, basically, that is now an indication of an edema, or rather something like that, because I tend to believe uh, the fluids tend to go down to the extremes of either your feet or your ankles. Yeah.
But that can happen to people anywhere, especially in the United States if they're on their feet all day. But if they got diabetes and hypertension and don't realize that just because you're on your feet all day, that may not be the reason for the swelling in your ankles. It could be you're developing some kidney issues, and they may not even realize that. And here's another everyday example. A young adult with uncontrolled diabetes feeling constantly tired and losing appetite. See, they could kind of relate that because of those symptoms to something else and may not tie it in with the diabetes, especially if they undiagnosed. You see that, Brother Moses?
Very true.
How all this can kind of snowball on a person. Did you want to say something?
Yes, yes. Um, um, Many a times that one happens because there are so many cases of undiagnosed conditions. Maybe these silent killers like diabetes, hypertension, uh, goes undiagnosed because they are also phobic uh, to know that this is the condition that you are having. So yes, it can contribute because one is suffering and he or she do not know. Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're just joining us, our topic today is how to know if your kidneys are sick. Early warning signs. And let's look at some simple checks that people can ask at the doctor's office if they have any concerns about kidney disease. One, make sure you ask for your blood pressure measurement. Know what your baseline blood pressure is. Even if you have to get a home blood pressure monitor, know what your baseline is. And when you go to the doctors, when they take it, ask for it, record it, and take it with you. Also, ask for a urine dipstick to check for protein, blood in urine, and possible infection. And they can do this in East Africa. I don't know if the drugstores over there have dipsticks. Do they, Brother Moses? They urine strips that you take your urine and you dip the stick in the urine, and it could tell you if you got protein in your urine.
I haven't seen one, but I guess they are in high-end private hospitals because the most common ones is the lab-based that is available. You would go to a health facility like a community health center and maybe get tested for the urine.
Do y'all have drugstores?
Sorry?
Do y'all have drugstores in Kenya?
Yes, we have. And
But you can find these sticks in drugstores. Like we have CVS, Walgreens, and other drugstores that sell dipsticks where you can
yes,
check your urine.
I guess they are there. Though personally, I haven't seen one, but I'm very sure they are there.
Okay.
They are there, yeah.
And
If
this way
one wants to
anybody,
buy,
I'm
I
sorry.
know they are there. If one needs to buy, I know they are there.
Okay. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what we're saying. If you're at risk, even if you're in the United States, going to the drugstore and getting these urine strips to check to see if you got protein in your urine. Protein in your urine is not supposed to happen, and that can be an early indication of kidney issues.
And Brother Steve,
Yes.
how much does it cost in US in terms of dollars? That dipstick.
I'm not sure. Let me check
All
right now.
right. All right.
Hold on. Um, this one is $17 off the
Okay.
internet,
Okay. I guess it
and
will be cheaper also.
it checks 10 key substance in human urine. Checks the glucose, sugar, bilirubin, ketone, specific gravity, blood pH, protein, urobilinogen, nitric, and leukocytes. And so the one you want to get, and here it says general health, the uses, general health screening used in routine physical examinations and health screenings to spot potential abnormalities in urine, diagnosis of diseases, helps diagnose various conditions, including diabetes by detecting glucose and ketones, kidney disease by detecting protein, blood, and specific gravity, urinary tract infection, liver disorder, pH balance. So, again, you're not supposed to have protein spilling in the urine or blood. And if you get the test strips and you take a sample of your urine, you dip it in and you come up positive, then it tell you want to go see a health provider to see what's going on. But this one is $17, Brother Moses.
Okay. Then it must be a good thing if it can show all that. Uh, it can tell all that, including glucose, and the rest. I guess it
Oh,
is a
absolutely.
good. Yeah.
Absolutely. Uh so we talked about urine dipstick checks for protein, blood infection, blood sugar, random or fasting glucose to check if you're at risk for diabetes, kidney function blood tests, serum creatinine and EGFR available at hospitals or larger labs. And that's what you was mentioning, that kidney warriors in East Africa could go to the hospital and get these blood tests done. Now, when to seek urgent care, meaning go to the hospital now, especially in East Africa. Well, let me ask you something, Brother Moses. If somebody was having an episode and they went to the emergency room, will they still admit them? Uh, do they have to have money to be admitted? How does that work?
Okay. The law clearly states that no one should be denied emergency treatment in Kenya. However, there are circumstances that most facility get away with it. No, if there is no one showing up as a as as able to pay hospital bills. Now, for the government hospitals, there is no requirement for emergency, but for them, emergency must be absolutely emergency, because there are so many cases. For example, within the accident and trauma, I've seen accident victims, road carnage. They are just getting admitted, and the treatment begins. But then now, for when it comes to discharge, it becomes a little bit tricky. You are required to pay all the medical bills. Another case example that I've seen work when it comes to an emergency, um, victims of protest, they would go to hospital and get attended to, especially those who had bullet wounds and so forth. So yes, you don't pay anything for emergency purposes um, at the referral hospitals.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
However,
Uh,
however, however, there are other conditions. There are other requirements that are not talked to, are not part of the well stipulated law, that may deny you that access to emergency services. We are in a country that we are grappling with corruption and whatnot. So the law really states clearly that this is what ought to be done, but implementation becomes a problem. Yeah, so one must note that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. So if you're in East Africa or anywhere watching this and you're dealing with, uh, or you're at risk, I should say, at risk for kidney disease, having diabetes or hypertension, this is when you should seek urgent care. When you experience very little or no urine output for several hours. Let me repeat that. Very little or no urine output for several hours. Severe swelling with difficulty breathing. Severe swelling with difficulty breathing. Severe vomiting and cannot keep fluids down. Severe vomiting and cannot keep fluids down. Confusion, drowsiness, or seizures. High fever with severe side or back pain and painful urination. I repeat, high fever with severe side or back pain and painful urination. A lot of people can get these symptoms confused with other symptoms, or they can mimic other issues that can possibly delay getting treatment for kidney disease, kidney failure. Brother Moses, anything you want to say
Oh
pertaining to
yes. I can attest that confusion is also within warriors. I remember most of the time I've experienced confusion personally. Many a times, especially you are talking to someone and you just go off. Um, I've been sharing with the doctor. He tells me that it is normal, uh, that the mental cannot be sharp as it used to be. Yes, I do experience that. It exists.
wow. I'm sure many people do as well. And I'm sure if you have a better treatment more than 2 hours a week, it'll probably even be even better. Brother Moses, let's look at, and these are tips right now that we giving out that people can do right now. Well, not right now, but it's Sunday, but tomorrow or this week to help themselves. So we're going to give 3 practical actions that you can do this week. Anyone, 3 practical action steps you can do this week. 1, check your blood pressure at a clinic, pharmacy, or outreach event. Let me repeat. Check your blood pressure at a clinic, pharmacy, or outreach center. 2, get a urine dipstick test if available. I repeat, get a urine dipstick test if available. And number 3, stop using non-prescribed painkillers, i.g., ibuprofen, NSAIDs, Motrin, Advil. Stop using them regularly. Consult a physician for safer options. Brother Moses, what do you think about those action steps, those practical action steps?
Absolutely, they are practical. One just need to make it a routine, not once, not twice, maybe at any particular time. There is no harm practicing or those hacks of life.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I mean, people can go right now and check their blood pressure to see what it is. Go to the drugstore and invest in dipstick, urine dipstick, and check your protein level. And if you've been using ibuprofen, Advil, Motrin, any type of NSAID type of medicines on a regular basis, you may want to check with a healthcare provider and see if something else could be sufficient other than that, because those type of medicines or painkillers have a definitely high rate of nephroticity and can damage the kidneys over the long haul, long-term use. Now, anything you want to say about that, Brother Moses? Are you good?
Existed.
All right. Now, let's look at how to protect your kidneys. Everyday tips. Everyday tips of how to protect your kidneys, especially if you have diabetes or hypertension. 1, control blood pressure and diabetes. Take medicines as prescribed and attend follow-up visits. 2, stay hydrated, especially when working in heat. Sip water regularly. 3, limit salt. Reduce added salt at meals and avoid very salty snacks. 4, avoid routine use of NSAIDs, pain medicines like ibuprofen, and unregulated herbal mixes without clinical advice. 5, treat urinary infections early. Complete the full course of prescribed antibiotics. 6, if you have long-term illness, ask for yearly kidney checks, blood pressure, urine, and blood tests. Brother Moses, you want to elaborate on what I just said about how to protect your kidneys, everyday tips?
Oh yes, oh yes. Let me just add on one more input, that we also need to watch our diet as a whole. Talk to your doctor, talk to your nutritionist. What diet best suits you, so that if there are other signals indicating that you might be at any given stage, then it is appropriate to have the right diet for each stage, Brother Steve.
Oh, absolutely. That was a good tip, because there are diets recommended, uh, diet for each stage. As you get closer to stage 5, like you're in stage 3, they want you to reduce your protein intake. Protein is harsh on the kidneys. All right, Brother Moses, let's look at herbal medicines and over-the-counter drugs. Important caution. Some traditional herbs and frequent use of certain painkillers can damage kidneys. Tell your healthcare worker about all herbs and medicines you take. Now, this applies again to our fellow brothers and sisters in East Africa who may seek herbal medicines and other alternatives to try to heal their kidney disease or kidney failure. What's your take on that, Brother Moses?
This is also something so much silent that we uh, all communities take it for granted. For example, Brother Steve, the other time we talked about herbal medication, and I know it is all over, even in the Western countries where the art of preserving herbal medication was long gone. They still sell the so-called herbal medication. The same applies to even in East Africa and in Kenya. Um, uh, Herbs might even accelerate uh, uh, the progression of kidney disease from maybe stage 1 to even stage 5. It might accelerate it so fast because most herb contains what ought to be regulated, maybe for some stages. Yeah. Brother Steve, just on Friday, when I was just out of clinic, I met one of the same so-called herbalist. And it was so funny. It was just coming at a time that we have discussed it extensively. And the guy saw me very tired after treatment and and very tired. I cannot walk. Then he came to me and offered me some ride up to the town, then stopped and asked me where I come from. I was sharing with him because you never know who you are talking to. Uh, I thought he was a doctor anyway from the beginning. Then the guy asked me my contact. I gave him. And then he told me that he's a herbalist working with, he's a doctor and sells medicine that treats all conditions. So many that even your condition, I'm able to cure. Now, I was asking him, do you know my condition? Then he ignorantly uh, talked about he can cure weak bones, make me not feel tired. I mean, then I asked the guy, which hospital, which facility, where is your clinic? And the guy just told me that, just please open the door and get out of my car. so, so, so yes, herbal medication still pose a great threat because I was getting into his box because I wanted to find out the operations of this herbalist, and that is why I even got into the car so that I can, you know, I can establish more how these cartels operate. So this issue of herbal medication, Brother Steve, really pose a great danger. It is a subject that must always be talked to. We must always discuss. Yeah.
I agree with you. That's something that you can't never stop talking about because each year, at least here in the United States, 750,000 people are diagnosed with kidney failure each year. More than 750,000. That's why shows like Kidney Hub East Africa is important, not just to kidney warriors in East Africa, but all over the world who are impacted or affected by kidney disease, kidney failure. They can't get the education that they should be receiving or the lack of education. Now, let's look at Brother Moses. We talked about herbal medicine and over-the-counter drugs. Important caution. Let's look at questions that individuals can ask their healthcare worker so they can participate in their care to know what's going on. Here was some few questions one could ask. What is my blood pressure and is it under control? What is my blood pressure and is it under control? 2, can I have a urine dipstick test today? Can I have a urine dipstick test today? 3, do I need a blood test for kidney function? Do I need a blood test for kidney function? Creatinine, EGFR. The next one, are my medicines safe for my kidneys? Are my medicines safe for my kidneys? And last but not least, if tests are abnormal, where can I get a referral? Where can I get a referral? Brother Moses, anything you want to add to questions to ask the healthcare provider?
Oh yes. Other than referrals, who specifically should I seek uh, such services from? Because we have primary healthcare providers that sometimes might not develop high suspicion for kidney disease. Yeah. So sometimes it is also as referral is given or you ask for referral, you know who specific you are going to seek advice from. And in this case, I just want to encourage all of us that it is when you are going to a facility, seek to know the nephrologist you are going to see.
Absolutely. That's it.
Yes.
All right. All right. So as we are winding down to the show, let's look at local resource and support in East Africa. They say visit your nearest health century or district hospital for blood pressure and urine tests. Ask about community screening days from local NGOs or public health outreach teams. 3, national insurance or health scheme. Add local scheme names and contact details here. So I'm not sure about the national insurance or health scheme in East Africa. Maybe you can elaborate more on that, brother. And patient support groups or WhatsApp groups. Again, you can add to that as well if there are any in your area, local support groups or WhatsApp groups that anyone here that's broadcasting or watching from East Africa could join. So take it away, brother.
All right. There are so many facilities you can go to. Just like as Brother Steve, you mentioned district hospital. It is one of the best places to be. That we have one of them is the best places to be. Then get someone, instead of maybe going for a support group, which most of them are not into operational. Many warriors are in their own cocoons. So get somebody who is going through the journey and share with him. You can discuss and learn something more. It will be of more benefit rather if you depend on these support groups. And then lastly, you can go also at referral health centers, referral facilities, government referral facilities, and then open up a file and book to be seen by nephrologist in renal clinics that are in those referral hospitals, which the national insurance will support. However, it calls for patience because you have to queue the whole day and to be booked, and to be given appointment and such like stuff. Yes. So those are good places you can go and seek support. Back to you, Brother Steve.
All right. Thank you for that, Brother Moses. Thank you. Now let's look at in East Africa local resources and support. Now we encourage you to visit your nearest health. Did I just go over this? Yeah, I went over this. All right. So let's do a call to action. If you have any of these signs, please, even if you're here in the United States or wherever you're watching, if you have any of the signs that we talked about, please visit your nearest clinic. Also, you can learn more information from your health ministry or local hospitals, wherever you're at, or Steve, the kidney nurse, or Google. Also, follow us, Kidney Hub East Africa, on Steve the Kidney Nurse Facebook page, YouTube channel, and the FIGO Initiative Facebook page. Now, again, before we leave, we're going to tell you again, screening priority, blood pressure, diabetes, urine dipstick, emergency signs of kidney disease, no urine, severe swelling with breathlessness, severe vomiting, confusion, and fever, possibly with or without side pain. immediate action. Check your BP, get urine tests, stop non-prescribed medicines or NSAIDs or pain medicines, and tell your clinician if you're taking any herbal supplements. And with that, I'd like to bring a close to our show. Brother Moses, anything you would like to say before we end our show?
Once again, I want to thank whoever is watching. Keep on supporting us. We promise to give you more information, and every information is out there. We've been giving it. So I want to encourage you that keep on supporting us by joining our podcasts. I wish you all the best. My name is Moses Kennedy, your kidney ambassador. Back to you, Brother Steve.
Thank you, Brother Moses. And you're right. Please keep supporting us. Like Nikki 4010. Thank you so much. Nikki, you always come by and show up, and we appreciate your support. Seriously. I wish we could have more loyal supporters come by and support the show and help us disseminate the information, because kidney disease is not going anywhere. Again, you got more and more people being diagnosed each day. People getting transplanted, people getting put on the list, people expiring. When we talk about this, we got to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, so individuals who just starting can make a conscious and informed decision on maybe what treatment option could best work for them. Unfortunately, our fellow brothers and sisters in Kenya and East Africa don't have many choices or options to make when it comes to treatment, unless you may have financial means to support doing home treatment. But with that said, please continue to watch, share, let people know about this channel, and we will continue to come back and do what we do best. Brother Moses, it's been a pleasure. I hope you have a great evening. I know it's about 11, 12 p.m., 11 p.m. at night. And here it's 4:13 p.m. With that being said, thank you everyone for watching. God bless and have a great evening. Brother Moses, we see you next week, okay?
Thank you so much. See you again.
Yes, same time, same channel. Everyone take care and God bless. Please check out this short PSA by Urban Kidney Alliance. Peace.
Hello, I'm Darren. We have breaking news. More than 600,000 Americans have kidney failure. While the number of people with kidney failure is enormous, the number of people with its precursor, chronic kidney disease, is staggering. An estimated 31 million Americans, or about 10% of the US population. Diabetes and hypertension cause 2/3 of all cases of kidney disease. 1 out of every 3 Americans is at risk for kidney disease, and kidney disease is now among the top 10 causes of death in the United States. In addition, 9 out of 10 people with early to moderate kidney disease don't know they have it, putting their health in jeopardy. Are you at risk? For more information, contact urbankidneyalliance.org. The life you save may be yours.